I wish I had some ESPN music playing in the background because Brandon wants. There you go. You're gonna give it.
I literally just blanked on the ESPN sound. I'm sorry.
All right. For number one, I think this is obvious, clear as day. They just beat the living daylights out of John's Pittsburgh Steelers. You got to go with Buffalo.
Where are
And
we
if you
starting?
have
Are we
another
starting number 5 or 1?
1 to 5.
Okay, we're starting 1 to 5.
Yeah.
Thanks for the build up, Justin. Okay.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. But yeah, so they just beat the daylights out of the Pittsburgh Steelers. They're world beaters. They proved Brandon wrong, and they won a one possession game the other day against the Ravens. Josh Allen is literally the best quarterback in football. I will say that. I will die on that hill. He is the best quarterback in football today. Gabriel Davis is kicking it on. Torch the Steelers. Stephon Diggs is Stephon Diggs. Once the running game gets going, there's no telling this team should be locks for the AFC title game. And if they don't get there, it'll be a massive failure. Plus, you're playing with probably a top 5 defense as well. This team is scary. Josh Allen is probably playing the best football in his life right now. And that's saying a lot after the last 2 seasons. How can he get better? I didn't even think it was possible, but he is. For number 2, I got the team playing right now, the Kansas City Chiefs. And even though they're down 20-10, whether they lose this game or not, I still view them at number 2. Andy Reid is the head coach. Patrick Mahomes is still Patrick Mahomes, and they just always find ways to win. You can't, John said before this, when they were down 14-10, before we recorded, he was like, Justin, are you feeling confident? And I was like, yeah. But at the same time, in the beginning of the show, I said, the Chiefs can make any lead just disappear with a snap of a finger. So the Chiefs are my number 2. I wouldn't be surprised if it's those 2 teams right there in the AFC title game for another playoff rematch. Everybody would die to see it, and they play next week. At number 3, we just touched on them. I got the Philadelphia Eagles. I don't think there's a lot of teams out there playing better football than they are. The only undefeated team left in the NFL today, and they're just playing good football. They were down against the Jaguars. They made an epic comeback. And they showed the world that, hey, even when we're down, we're still in a game. They beat the Arizona Cardinals, which is a guarantee. And I've said it before on this show, you got to beat the teams that are below you. If you start losing games to those teams, that's when it's a problem. So the Eagles are doing just that. They have a big divisional game this week against the Cowboys, and I think they take that too. I think the Eagles keep on rolling. I have them at number 3. At number 4, I got to go with Tom Brady and the Bucs. Because any team with Tom Brady under center, you just can't doubt them. They're rolling. Threw for over 300+ yards last week. While, yes, I got on him for just 1 touchdown pass. But they're winning. Mike Evans is healthy. And has there ever been a more underrated receiver than Mike Evans? This guy consistently goes out there. He's a future Hall of Famer. And nobody gives him enough attention. The Bucs are legit. And if they're healthy, they'll go a long way. And number 5. They're still there. I will not take them out because I believe in the San Francisco 49ers. I believe in them. Jimmy G is my guy. The guy wins football games. And guess what? He's the starter. And what have they done? Win. Just win. Besides that ugly game against the Broncos, they just win football when he's under center. And they absolutely dominated the Panthers. That's a given. But the week before that, him going out there, still getting used to everything, not really having much of an offseason with the 49ers and beating the Rams, he just really showed you guys that this team is legit with him there. They don't need another guy. Jimmy G is their guy. Next week, they got the Falcons and then a big show with the Chiefs. I got the 49ers number 5. And who knows? Maybe they'll be number 3 at some point. Any objections?
I thought it was a tremendous list, Justin.
Thank you, sir.
JRey kicked that one strong.
Mm-hmm. I mean, due to the fact that every team has been, it's kind of reminiscent of last year where every team has this major fatal flaw and they've all had these crappy performances already. I guess it's a good list, but kind of by default because does the Green Bay Packers look good? No. The Cowboys don't have their starting quarterback. The Chargers have been injury ravished, and Brandon Staley still the head coach. Cincinnati still hasn't figured out the offensive line. Baltimore blowing 2 major comebacks. Tua is out for Miami. Denver hasn't looked like it. Like, I guess by default, Justin, yeah.
I think it's just a clear cut top 5
Sure.
because of all that.
To be
Except
honest,
I'd
it
put the
is-
Bucks number 1 because,
it's hard to mess this up because even if you have a different order, you might have Kansas City below Tampa or what have you. At the end of the day, outside the top 5, what team? The Rams, the Bengals, the Vikings, none of them are jumping ahead of San Francisco or Philadelphia with the level they're playing right now. So I feel like I will say, if I can make any note, I would have San Francisco above the Buccaneers and have the Bucks at 5. But other than that, I had really no objections with the ordering. And now, real quick, before we go a little bit deeper into the episode, we're going to shout out our new sponsors on the show at BetStamp. Coming into this game, the Chiefs were varying from 6.5 to 10-point favorites, depending on what the sports book was. And that's the unique thing about BetStamp. There are a variety of sports books out there. And when you're doing anything, whether it's sports betting or just playing the sport itself, you want to be the best at it. You want to maximize your profit and you want to get just the most out of your time. And with BetStamp, you have, especially if someone that likes visuals, all of those sports books in one place. All you have to do is just download the BetStamp app and use our referral code at WiseGuys. That's WISEGUYS. And you can see their entire catalog of the best odds from all over the sports betting market. And most of all, you get to educate yourself on something that's going to make you money.